A lot of people underestimate the Philippines. You might know that it's an island country in Southeast Asia, but I doubt that you fully internalize that this is the 12th most populous country in the entire world with nearly 120 million people, three times that of Canada. And in just a few years, it's going to pass Japan to become the second most populous island country in the world. But a lot of people don't seem to know what life is like on this 7,000 island archipelago. So here's the geography of the Philippines explained in less than 3 minutes. Are you ready? Here we go. Now, you should know that although there are thousands of islands here, more than two-thirds of the country's area and 85% of its population are taken up by the two largest, to Luzon in the north and Mindanao in the south, with the small islands in between collectively being called the Visayas. Luzon is indubitably the center of political and economic power in the country, home to the largest city and capital, Manila. This is where the Tagalog language originated, which was chosen by the government to build the national lingua franca called Filipino. Manila is one of, if not the single densest cities in the entire world, with 40,000 people per square kilometer, roughly triple that of Manhattan. And the reason the city is so important is because of its location on the large protected Manila Bay, bounded to the east by a large lake and river that have supported local kingdoms, Spanish and American colonists, and the modern republic we see there today. It's from this harbor that the Spanish converted the majority of the northern part of the country to Catholicism, with Manila still being one of the largest Catholic cities in the world. In total, Luzon alone is the world's fourth most populous island with 65 million people. The biggest geographic challenge facing it, though, is that it sits literally right in the path of the world's most common cyclone route, seeing more than 20 tropical storms a year on average. But 600 miles to the south, past all the smaller islands in between, Mindanao is a completely different story. Because it's closer to the equator, it sits mostly outside of the typhoon belt, making it the country's most reliable agricultural region. It's also much closer to the same trade routes that Muslim traders from South Asia took when they converted the majority of neighboring Malaysia and Indonesia to Islam hundreds of years before European colonization, leaving large Muslim populations on Mindanao to this day. Nowadays, Islam is the largest religious minority in the country, with about 6% of all Filipinos, the vast majority of whom live in Mindanao. For decades and decades, this was the defining schism of the country, with peace talks between the Manila-based government and separatist groups such as the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF, concluding only in recent years with the establishment of an autonomous region on the island. In between the two largest islands, though, the Visayas are super different in their own right, with over 100 living languages on over 1,000 inhabited islands. Now, interestingly, the three largest urban areas of the country are each in a different of its three regions, with Manila on Luzon, Davao City on Mindanao, and Cebu City in the Visayas. What all of the islands have in common, though, is that they're all part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, where the Philippine Plate is subducting underneath the Eurasian Plate, creating 24 active volcanoes, including the highest point, Mount Apo on Mindanao. That volcanic activity is why the Philippines has fertile enough soils to support such a large population. Outside of Singapore, the Philippines is the densest country in Southeast Asia. I think that the great archipelagos of East and Southeast Asia are one of the coolest geographic regions in the entire world. So let me know in the comments if you want to hear more about them, and follow for more.